Okay, in this lesson we are testing terms. By the end of the lesson you should use the n term of the arithmetic sequence to decide if a given number is a term in the sequence. Okay, so in this example we're going to test whether a given term is in a sequence. The first 5 terms of an arithmetic sequence are 3, 11, 19, 27 and 35. Part A says find in terms of n an expression for the n term of the sequence. So we're going to find the n term expression using the D&O method. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at the difference between the first 2 terms. It's plus 8. The difference between the second 2 terms, second and third term, is plus 8. And the third and fourth term is plus 8. So the difference is 8. Remember, to keep the n the same and to find the 0 term, we must work backwards. So remember, we need to do the opposite of plus 8, which will give me minus 8. So 3 minus 8 is minus 5. Okay, the n term expression for part A is therefore 8n minus 5. Okay, George says that 155 is a term in the arithmetic sequence. Is George correct? You must justify your answer. Okay, what he is essentially saying is that 155 is a term of this sequence. How can we prove that? Let's use our n term expression. 8n minus 5 equal to 155. Okay, let's solve it, because if it is in the sequence, the term will be a whole number. Okay, let's find out then. Let's do it. So the opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. So we need to plus 5 on both sides so we can get that n on its own. So these two cancel out, and that will give me 8n equals to 200. Now we must divide by 8 on both sides because we need to get that n on its own. So we divide by 8 on both sides. Therefore, these cancel and n is equal to 25. Because it gives me a whole number, that means this term, it must be in this sequence. So George is correct. Okay. So let's have a look at the final part. Question C. Brian claims that 309 is also a term in this sequence. Let's see if he's right. So we're going to use the same method. We need to solve the equation by forming it first. So use the expression 8n minus 5 equals 309. We want to get n on its own, so we use the balancing method. So we plus 5 on both sides. Them two cancel out. We're left over with 8n equals 309 plus 5 is 314. Now we need to divide by 8 on both sides because we want the n on its own. Therefore these cancel, and 314 divided by 8 gives me an answer of n equals 39.25. Now because this is not a whole number, it will not be in this sequence. This term cannot be in this sequence. So she is wrong. Brian is wrong. Okay, what we'd like to do now is have a go at the following question. So make sure you find the n term expression for this sequence and find out if James is right or wrong. He says that the 20th term of the sequence is 122. Okay, pause the video here, have a go at this question, and in a moment I will show you the answers. Okay, so part A, the n term expression was 6n plus 3. Now to find out the 20th term, we must substitute n as 20 and make it equal to 122. So we're going to do something similar to the previous example. Okay, and once you have found out the answer, you will get 123. Therefore it is not the same as 122 and it cannot be in this sequence. So James is wrong. Okay, so have a go at the following questions and please upload your answers to ClassStart.